What's going on, bros? Welcome to the video. Before we talk about this, I should probably say that I am not a doctor. I don't work at the doctor's office, and I do not recommend that any of you take testosterone or any other anabolic substance without first consulting with a doctor, getting regular blood work done, and you should probably do your own research too. Alright, so check it out. Back in December, I went to a local men's clinic and got my levels tested. When it came back, my total testosterone was 512, which is a little bit low for my age, not super low, but they only tested my total testosterone, and that should have been a red flag for me. So if you go get your levels tested, make sure that you at least get to see total testosterone, free testosterone, estrogen, and sex hormone binding globulin. Ideally, they're gonna test a lot more than that, but that's at the very least. Anyway, at that point, the doctor prescribed me something called clomid, which I don't recommend that anybody takes unless you're having trouble getting pregnant. And it boosted my testosterone like she said it would. It actually doubled my total testosterone, but it did not raise my free testosterone at all because it also increased that sex hormone binding globulin. And when you have a lot of that, it binds to your free testosterone and prevents it from being used by your body, and it also spikes my estrogen levels. So over those 3 months, I actually saw my energy levels go down, my strength in the gym went down, and it was just bad. At this point, I basically had two options: stop taking the clomid and just go back to living my life, or try out TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy, and it basically means injecting a small amount of testosterone every single week. And this is the decision that I thought about for months before I finally decided, fuck it, let's give it a shot. And I can already hear all the bro doctors in the comments saying, David, you're so stupid. You're 29 years old and you're taking TRT. You're gonna shut your testicles down. I'm unsubscribing. Well, go ahead, bro doctor, because let me tell you, I did my research and I had my reasons.
Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite.
Today we have some bulky news for you. They just dropped a new flavor of bulk, Tropical Punch. We actually tried it out for our last workout. Julia thinks it's the best flavor of bulk.
Guys, unbelievable.
It tastes exactly like Hawaiian Punch tastes. If you remember, like those Hawaiian Punch juice boxes from back in the day.
Or the big Hawaiian Punch guy that would like break through the wood doors and be like, oh yeah! You know
yeah, he bulked a little bit too hard. I like to mix it with like a fruit punch Powerade just because it really brings out that Hawaiian Punch flavor. Anyway, you know this is the best pre-workout in the world. You can drink it first. We only have one shaker bottle here. They also have new packaging. They got rid of those plastic bags. So if you want to try out this new flavor, that's the coupon code. First link in description. First link in description. So when it gets down to the dirty, there was two main reasons that I decided to hop on testosterone. And the first one was just quality of life. Over the last 2 or 3 years, I've noticed that I recover a lot worse from workouts. I just feel more fatigued the next day. If I get a minor injury, like I tweak my wrist or something, it takes me a lot longer to recover. And I've had a lot harder time sleeping. And these are all things that can be linked to lower testosterone. So I figured if it makes me feel better every day, like it's worth it. Now, the second reason, and I'm gonna be brutally honest with you here, is business. I have become a YouTuber/influencer, and this is a very competitive industry. And I know for a fact that a lot of the other guys I'm competing against are using something, and for most of them, they're using a lot more than just a little bit of testosterone. So I figured that if TRT is a safe, legal way for me to improve my body and take it to the next level, and that can help me attract some more followers, give me a little bit more legitimacy in this space, then it's worth it. And I know a lot of y'all are thinking, that's not true, David. You don't need to take steroids to build a big YouTube or Instagram. And like, I wish I could tell you you were right, but if you look at the top level of guys who are putting out gym-related content, they all have absolutely ridiculous bodies. And if you still think these guys are natty and they're not using something, I mean, it's probably nothing I can say to change your mind, but you're delusional. And honestly, that's the third reason. There's very few guys who are talking about this openly. So I figure if I'm fully transparent with you, then you can get educated on this and you can see like what's really going down behind the scenes. Anyway, today we're hitting squats, 360 pounds for 5 sets of 5 reps. If we get this, it will be a PR. And don't tell anyone. There's a little sign here that says sneakers must be worn at all times. I still have not invested in squat shoes yet. We're doing this barefoot. Another week, another 5 pounds.
When you feel the world is over, when you say you feel lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count.
So it's been just under 3 months now since I started the TRT, and if you've been following me during that time, then you know that pretty much every single week my strength has been going up in the gym. I see y'all telling me in the comments every time that I'm looking a lot thicker and I've put on a lot of muscle in my shoulders and arms and my traps. So here's what I'm gonna do. Once we reach that 3-month mark and I get my 3-month labs done, I'm gonna do a comprehensive video for y'all on before and after, like detailed photos, numbers, everything. So stay tuned. So right here we got something special. We have the final version of the Edge Snapback hat. This actually came in like 3 days ago, but I wanted to open it for y'all on camera. So if you zoom in on there, you can see we have the embroidered logo, and that looks really fucking clean. By the way, this is what the hair looks like on days that I don't do anything to it. Moment of truth. Let's put this bad boy on. It fits like any good snapback hat does, but it has edge on the back, so it's dope.
Babe, I think you're gonna live in this hat.
These will be launching whenever we do our next launch, which should be these t-shirts, tank tops in September. So
Pick up a hat.
pick up a hat. All right, let's get to the juicy part of this video. And when I say juicy, I mean extra juicy. Right here, I have the 3 parts of my testosterone stack that I take every single week. The first part is the testosterone. I take testosterone cypionate, and my weekly dose is 200 milligrams, which is 1 milliliter. To put that into perspective, a low dose that a bodybuilder might take if they're cruising year round would be 500 milligrams. So this is less than half of that. And if a bodybuilder is doing a regular cycle, they're usually taking like 1 to 2 grams of anabolics per week. So this is 10 times less than that. And I split my injection up into 3 smaller injections per week so that my levels stay nice and steady and they never crash down. Second is HCG, which is also injected. I inject this into my belly fat, whereas the testosterone normally goes into my glutes. And this basically just keeps my balls going, because if you take testosterone alone, your balls are gonna shut down because they don't need to produce testosterone anymore. So this is a hormone that interacts with your LH receptors and allows you to maintain fertility. It also makes sure that your balls don't shrivel up. And I take 1,000 IUs of this per week, also split up into 3 smaller injections. All right, bro, are you still with me? Number 3 is anastrozole, which is an aromatase inhibitor. It prevents testosterone from converting to estrogen. And my first doctor had me taking 1 milligram of this twice per week, which is a super high dose. It crashed my estrogen levels. My energy levels crashed And when I switched doctors, he had me stop taking it completely. Then my estrogen levels rose up too high. So right now I'm taking 0.25 milligrams once per week. And I'm hoping that's the right dose.
When I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong. Always moving on. Feel I don't belong. Tell myself to move along. Push myself.
As you probably already know, protein oatmeal is my favorite quick breakfast or post-workout meal. It's just delicious and nutritious, and it just got so much better because Transparent Labs, not only did they release a new pre-workout flavor, they just released cinnamon pastry protein. And I actually personally requested this flavor, so thank you guys for making it. But not only did they make it, but they made it fucking delicious. If you're a fan of Cinnabuns or just cinnamon flavored things in general, you need to try this out, bro. It is already my favorite protein flavor by far, and you can actually use that same coupon code to get a nice discount. Click that same first link in description if you want to try it out. And if you get it, you need to try and make protein oatmeal with it because it's a match made in heaven.
So I gotta get through it, and the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being true, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do.
So if you have not realized by yet, we are not in Texas. We are no longer in Boston. We're actually up in New Hampshire visiting Julia's family for the week, and keep this on the down low, but my favorite part of visiting her family is just zipping around this lake on these jet skis. They actually got 2 new ones this year, and these are like significantly faster than the old ones. I just got up to 52 miles per hour on a jet ski. Like, I wish my e-bike went that fast. Anyway, by now you probably realize that the biggest mistake I made getting started with TRT was not doing research on finding a good doctor, because my first lady was straight up boneheaded. She prescribed me clomid, which should not be used to boost testosterone. She prescribed me 1 injection of 200 milligrams testosterone per week, which is not efficient. She made me go into the office to get my injections done. So when I travel, like, I would have to stop them, which doesn't make sense. And then she overprescribed me the anastrozole and crashed my estrogen levels. Like, every single step of the way, every time I went into her office, I just felt like I knew more than her based on the limited research I had done for a few months on the internet. Luckily, after that, I found a clinic in Florida that specializes in TRT, and they're actually able to prescribe me over the phone. I just get my blood work done in Texas, then they send the results back to the doctors, and these guys clearly know what they're doing. They clearly know a lot more than me. I feel a lot more confident in my protocol now, and that would be my main advice to you if you're considering TRT. Don't just go to your nearest men's clinic, because they probably will prescribe it to you, but this is your health, man. Like, you don't want to fuck around with your hormone levels. You could potentially fuck yourself for life. And on that note, the sun has begun to set. I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. If you made it to the end, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, click subscribe and turn notifications on, because I drop new videos every Monday and every Thursday, and you don't want to miss them. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes right now, so I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.